Hello, hello, hello. My name is Jack Blade, and we are going to record the first episode in what I hope to be a long series for Dyson Sphere program. And if you're new to the game, then this is perfect because I kind of want to make a beginner's guide style start to this series at least, where I help people find uh, tips and tricks and ways of playing that isn't super stressful. I don't want to be super into like, okay, this is how you ratio this to make sure that it's like perfectly efficient and stuff like that. I suggest the Dutch actuary DDA in his masterclass series is perfect for exactly that, like learning exactly how to ratio machines to make the most efficient setup you possibly can. I want to make more of a chill, like, yeah, let's just go ahead. So when you first come into the game, what we start out doing is this. We press new game. This is the screen that pops up. My cluster sheet is over here. I'm going to randomize this a couple of times. Let's start there. Yeah. Then if you want to play along with me, use that cluster seed. You will start exactly in this system with all of that, like number of stars. I'm going to have the Dark Frog on. If you are completely new to the game, and you're not used to automation games necessarily, leaving this off your first playthrough might be better for you. I'm gonna leave it on. If you play along with me, you will have no problems with the Dark Fog. I'm going to start the game, and I will let the intro cinematic play so you can get that, and then we can get into what happens after we land.
The unknown, created in exploration. The seed evolves in iteration. From zero, transforming into infinity and beyond. It spreads and becomes the shadow of the galaxy. As dark fog rises, the stars dim. You will embark on a new journey.
Arrive at target cluster.
Welcome to the real universe. Very soon, you'll find this place different from our homeland. But you should be able to adapt to the laws of physics here in no time. I'm your advisor. I will assist you in completing this mission. Everything here belongs to you. As a member of the Cosmo, a pioneer of the Dyson Sphere program, you will explore this cluster from ground zero. Make use of the resources available here to build a Dyson Sphere that supplies energy to the center brain to maintain homeland simulation. I've chosen a planet for the mission, and there are essential resources for the initial development. Now, please pilot the space capsule toward this planet.
All right. So we have the illusion of control here. See the dark fog base there. That's the bad guys. Will be attacking us intermittently.
Now you're about to arrive at the target planet.
Now lost control again. And let's see, where does it want?
Space capsule will land on the target planet in 3, 2, 1. Landed.
All right, so we've landed. We're here. Now it's time for us to discover this world a little bit. You see a bunch of like different tutorials and stuff pop up. It doesn't care that I've turned those off. But yeah, I will go through all of these controls with you over time and help you through this. So, number one, we need the basic resources. We have iron over here. Ta-da. We have copper over here. There. We have some outcroppings of stone, a larger node of iron here. I'm gonna start with using these two because they're the quote-unquote starter veins. Then over here you have stone. Let's see, do we have any coal nearby? Because that's a super important reason. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna click M, which gives me like free map checkout mode here. I'm gonna check that's coal. See what it looks like. It's like the stone but black. Do we have anything closer? Do not. Okay. Good to know. Because we will want to get to this, and I will explain why shortly. There we go. Now we're back. Ta-da, here we are. And number one thing we need to do, because this is the whole point of the game, is research. Getting to these specifically. These cubes. And sending them back to the mother brain. That is the entire point. I have a different cube over here. There's a different cube over here. There's another one. Let's see, where have they hidden you? Over here. And then ultimately, that all leads to universe matrix science. This metadata, I'm gonna disable it. I don't want to use metadata. And then when I'm done, when I've sent 4,000 of these or created 4,000 of these, I can research and finish the game, so to speak. When in here, time still passes, and this is important because up in the left corner, you can see this. This is the charge of the threat. Once it fills this up, they attack. Then you have the planetary base, which is, click this, keeps it up. Press M, and I'm gonna spin around. We can find it over here. You can see these little bots will be attacking us when it hits 100%. And then up in space, you can see if we flip around a little bit on the internet, we have a hive over there that also does its thing. We will not be building its threat until further down the line. It takes a lot of power to make them notice. But they basically react to how much power you're generating, or if you're like aggressive. So from now, we need to set our research, and we're going to start over here with electromagnetism. And it needs 10 magnetic coils. We can find them in here, in the replicator. And you just click it here, and it says we need a copper ingot, and we need magnetic rings. If you disassemble, you just right-click it. If you just disassemble this, you will get enough materials to finish that first technology. That is what we will be doing. So we've picked it apart, and we get 10 copper ingot, 10 magnet, 10 iron ingot, and 3 of these hydrogen fuel rods, which we will take, if we open this menu here, mecha panel, we want to put those in the fuel chamber, like this. It will power our mecha, which is super important. If you run out of this, pick apart trees, plants, like whatever you need, and just shove it in here, and it will charge your mecha enough that you can get like the proper like power stuff back. We open the replicator, and we need 10 of these. We get 2 per crafting cycle, so I need to make 5. I can make 5, so I'm gonna press use so that I get them. Goes pretty quickly to craft them up, and then the research just goes through. They automatically see I've checked the use items in inventory. It will automatically be checked when you start the game, and it will just do the research for you and pull the items from your inventory. And when it's done,
Research complete.
exactly, we get wind turbines for power generation, Tesla power for power like distribution, and mining machines so we can automate resource generation. And we get one of them each for the like if we click buildings, we can now craft them, but we also have them in our inventory. We get them as a like reward kind of thing, and we can do different things here. Like I can open up here and find them in this menu, but I can also just click them here and I can place them. I'm gonna do that. I want the iron. I'm gonna hold Shift and then R. It means that I can do like freeform rotation. But if I do this, if I don't hold Shift and press R, it just shifts them very quickly. Like, and I want to hit all 6 these nodes. That's the maximum amount that the Mark 1 belt can transport, 180 per minute. So that's why I want all 6, so that I can max that out. There we go. And now it's you see this, it means it needs power and it's not connected to a network. Yeah, I know I can build a mining machine.
Insufficient materials.
There, and I place this, I'm gonna place this really close so that it's within this circle. That means that we get power and it's also powering the mining machine. Now you can see that it is pulling out. I'll also get, it's in the statistics panel you can find over here. Milestones. I got the wind power thing. You can see how, like, there's a few of them. If you're an achievement hunter, have fun with this. Let's see. And then once I have this up, let's pull out that and then set it to make another 2 of these. I also need enough material to make another 2 of these. But for that I need copper. So I'm gonna go over to the copper. I'm gonna manually right click and mine out a little bit of copper. You can see, like it's getting here a little bit. And I'll be right back. I am literally just going to craft up some of the buildings that I think we might need to just get started. Alright, we are back again. And we will now look at what I did while we didn't. I was doing this stuff. So, I have just been backing up. We have some of these, some of these, some of these, and we have some resources that I just gathered up while waiting for the replicator to finish, to keep myself busy. So what will we be doing? We will start with setting up, because we want to automate pretty much all the stuff. So we will start with putting that one there, right? And we will want to put a wind turbine next to it. There. Now this one is also producing. When they get full, they can only take 50. You can just click it to get the resources out. What I also want to do, the reason why I went a little bit overboard, was I want to place one here, there, the power tower next to it. There we go. And then, also I want to show you this. Like if I ran out of power while doing this, of course, because the hydrogen doesn't last that long. I just go like this. And when I've broken down the trees, ta-da, it's our organic crystals as well. All of these can be used as fuel, so I can just shove all of this in there. But it will use the rightmost first, so it will go right to left. And it will just use this, and it will fill up your power systems. And this now is important because we're going to be not using that anymore at all. We will be flying over to the coal over here, and from now on, coal is what we will be using. Powers. Let's see, so I will do the same thing here. Or not from now on, we will be using that for a little while. We will be very quickly switching over to Then do this. Ta-da! Now that is gathering cold forms. And I will just do a single like cycle here. Like I can jump. Like in the water, if you have power, you will automatically just float over it. But you can't jump by using space as well. You can't fly yet. You have to unlock that later. So you see it stops. That's because it hits 50. So I can just click. Keeps going. Okay, go over to this. It's a bit slow because we still don't have any of the upgrades. We have barely started. So I'm just gonna go pick everything up. You can see that this is also going up very, very slowly because the default settings are very lenient to players. Now, from here, I want to go in and I want to unlock more stuff. What do we want to unlock? Yeah, it wants me to check out this. Like this is the upgrade. Make your mechanical faster, you can give it more energy, make it have more range and durability, more inventory capacity. You can unlock shields and all that kind of stuff, and like flight and like warping and all of that stuff. Blueprinting, that's a really important one we'll be going for. But for now, ignore all of that. We want basic logistic systems. Then we're gonna queue up a few different things here as well. We're gonna want this automatic metallurgy. We want basic assembling. And then we want this, but we'll be waiting a little bit with that before we keep going. We will be starting with these three, and if you look here, we want 10 cog or gears. It wants 10 circuit boards. That's 20 circuit boards, 10 magnetic coils, and 10 gears. 20 gears, 30 of these, and 10 of these. So let's queue that up. I'm gonna go in here, go to items, 40 of these. It can make 130. Just gonna go. Maximum is 10. No, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 60. I'm gonna go and move. There we go. And if you right click any of these, that entire thing goes away. We want, let's go full. Let's go one cycle of these. And then we want, because this one only makes one. So it's 10, 20, let's go for 30. So we have some of them. And then as these are crafted, they will just be used and we'll just finish all the research. Meanwhile, I will just literally prep more power buildings as well. Like, I can't really do anything because of the replicator being like busy. But what I can do is go pick up more resources. We'll be using it. And there, and I'm gonna fly over to the coal and pick up the coal. And I will see you back here when we've researched these three things, and I will show you what we will be doing with them. Alright, I am back again. And this time, we will be looking at what we're gonna do with the stuff that we unlocked. We, once again, got rewarded some of these things. We got one assembler, we got 5 of these sorters, we got 20 of these conveyor belts, we got 3 of these smelters. Those are the new things that we have gotten. And something that I would like to immediately build a little bit of, because we have unlocked new crafting things as well. You can see there's stone bricks, glass, and stuff we have unlocked. And that's specifically because we have also unlocked the depot. And I want to make one of these first, so I can just show you before we take this to a whole new level. And depots are probably going to be the most used thing, and like large depots as well. Is going to be the most used thing, probably. So let's go. I'm going to go in here, rock mode. This miner has a storage of 50. Depots is your storage box. This is the amount of slots it has. If you overlay that to your, like it has literally one row less. You have 40 slots, this has 30. I don't need it to use all 30, so I'm just gonna go down here. And I'm gonna give it so that it has 6 open slots. Because if you look here, I need 4 of these. And then I have 2 extra. So if I run out of energy, I have that plus 2 extra. So how do I get stuff from there into here? I will, and this is something that is very clear. Miners specifically has this port on the back. If you just hover, close these windows here. If you hover over this, you can see that this attaches, like it snaps to it. You can see, and if I go here, it will automatically go. It will show me exactly what nodes will be used. I'm gonna pull this over here. Actually, I'm gonna pull it over here because I want to be like using as little of them as possible because I don't have that many. There we go, and it goes out. But oh no, it doesn't go in here. That's what the sorter is for. And these are like distance based, so if I put it over here to over here, it's gonna be very slow. But if I put it here to here, it's gonna be very quick. So you see 1.5 trips per second. If I put it from here to here, it's 0.5 trips per second. So the closer you have it, the faster, and that's gonna be very important later on for machines to function properly and stuff. So I'm gonna pull that there, and automatically now it starts moving over, and I have also set the overlay so that it shows what's in it. Like the first slot is being shown over here. Yeah. And that just means it can keep going and keep sending stuff in. I'm gonna take that out, and now what we want to do is take this concept and we want to apply that to machines. So instead of pulling it into a full-on container like a depot, we want to pull it into smelter. So I'm gonna put this here because this is like a part of what I will be doing for the initial setup. You can see it's not connected to a power network, it needs power. So does the sorters. The belts and the depot does not, but the sorters do need power. And that's what the Tesla tower is for. So I'm just gonna pull that. I'll pull it on the back here. Even on the back. Let's put it on the side here. I'm just thinking about how I'm building in the future. Because I don't want this to be in the way. I'm gonna pull this. Once again, I'm pulling that out. The cogwheel here means that it doesn't have a recipe set, so I'm gonna click. I'm gonna make it. I want to make these. So if I click in here, I get the same as in the replicator, but like what can I do in the smelter? And I want to make iron ingots. And I still won't go in, it's because I haven't placed a sorter, so I'm gonna do that. Boom. And now we are auto crafting iron ingots. Let's repeat here as a little thing. See if I have enough. There, I'm gonna just pull you out. I'm gonna pull you out on this side actually. They are gonna be connected later. There we go, and I pull a belt out of this. I need to connect power. Same way here. I try to have a similar design methodology for like whatever I'm building so that it becomes somewhat nice to look at, so I don't have to look at like a horror. And then I want to make these copper ingots, because it's copper coming out of here. And let's grab... Hey, you're in the shot. Can you please go away? Thank you. Then I'm just gonna grab a sorter, pull that in, boom, and now I'm making copper ingot. Now, then, I can pull this, because you can go the other direction as well. So from here, I can pull out into, let's craft one, you guys. Use, gimme. I'm gonna show you quickly here, and then we are supersizing this a little bit.
Replication complete.
There we go. Let's go like this. And I can take a sorter, pull out from this, and then a sorter to pull in to this. Boom. There we go. Now I'm also storing this. Now, let me show you what I want to do with this, because like ultimately what we want to do is we want to make this, right? We want to automatically produce these electromagnetic matrices so that we are automated in terms of like producing research. This is the whole thing with the game. This is the main thing, and it's what you need. And then ultimately you will be making a Dyson sphere to power the massive industrial complex that you need to make these babies. So we are way over here, and this is what we want right now. So that's what I'm focusing on. Even if this hits 100%, in the beginning you get sent like 1 or 2 like little drones, and you can shoot them to death with your own like avatar, you like the mecha. You don't have to care about defense yet. And then we will be right back with a lot more stuff here. I've shown you this. I'm just gonna take this and make it a little bit bigger, and the goal is to automate these two circuit boards and magnetic coils. So I will see you once I have done so. Alright, I actually wanted to pull you in a little bit earlier because I have just done a part of the work, right? So first of all, I have expanded the power network. You can see these blue lines in the air. Hover over, you can see how they're connected. And that is because I needed more power for them to run efficiently. Like, they don't stop, but they do lose efficiency, so I fixed that. And I have also, as you can see, automated. So now I make 2 of these, 1 of these. I don't need more for this specific part of the starter structure, so to speak. Don't worry, we'll be going to space momentarily, like not momentarily, but soon. Just finished up a bunch of stuff. You can see I've crafted up a bunch of conveyor belts. I crafted up a ton of these. I'm gonna need so much more. Like you constantly use these two. Constant. So we will be fixing some of this stuff being automated as well. But for now, if I just sort here, you can see I have crafted up a bunch of stuff that will just help me down the line. And just with this, if I just come here and pull these things out from these, I will be able to handcraft both of these directly. You can see these need magnetic rings and copper ingots, and these need iron ingots and copper ingots. Then, done. We have it. We won. Yay. We have the whole thing. The thing is, I don't want to handcraft these. I want to have them automated, so I will be creating like an overlapping factory kind of thing. I will show you exactly how I've made it work and what my thinking process is, and everything once I am done. But I think it's easier for me and for you if I just finish this first and then show you. So I'll be right back once I have placed this down. So we're back. So what have I done? I have done this, which has also caused some problems, because if you look here, we don't have enough power. So I'm gonna start with putting some of this out. I'm just gonna put them as neatly as I possibly can. There we go. Give me power, please. More juice. See, now it's blue. Closer to getting want. Click here, you can see, boom, we have a little bit of a margin. I'm gonna place a couple more because I am planning on showing you how we finish off. And this is the last part. We have been really messing with a bunch of different concepts, and I haven't shown you this yet. It's the assembler. Just like the smelter, you pick the recipe, and it crafts that magnetic coils in these parts, and it crafts the circuit boards in this. So, what have I done here?
Dark fog cluster is launching an assault.
Oh, they're launching an assault. That's perfect. Let's see, where are they coming from? From that direction. Okay. There are 3 units incoming. Can you come closer? Do I have power, by the way? Yes, I do. So, the dark fog, like I said, early waves, they barely do anything. Like, you're not gonna have a bunch of problems. So we can switch to this mode. You can see them incoming here. It's gonna be 3 units, so where is the third one? There in the back. Go here. Robot will automatically just shoot them down. Or if you want to target yourself, click down here, go into combat mode. You can just shoot them down like you want to. And when you're done, you press Z on the keyboard and you exit. You can enter it as well. You can only shoot at enemy targets. Now you can see that this reset, then it went back down to 0, and it's like, okay, let's... You see this start going up, it's that experience, they get stronger and stronger the more they fight you. Yeah. We will get to the point where we actually deal with them and get them off the planet later, but for now, this is the big thing we need to fix. So, we've gotten some research, or rather, we've gotten some energy now, we have set this up. You see how I have done here? You have the copper line, because both of them uses copper, right? So, copper line goes in the middle, and then I have taken the sorters from the copper on the sides to go to each part. Because they only have slots in the middle. If I open this up, and I pull from here, you can see they only have 3 slots each side. So, to not have to mess around with a bunch of like splitters and stuff like that, I have just set this up where it pulls to there and to there, and then it takes the iron ingots from this belt and the magnetic rings, magnets, to this side. And then it continues on here, so if I need them for anything else, I can just continue this line and craft anything else. And then it goes into the buffer that I've placed down here, is the depot. Same thing, I have buffers between everything. This is so that I can pull out manually anything that I might need for handcrafting. Like if I need to craft more buildings, for example, that uses this stuff, I can do so. Now, as you might have noticed, in my inventory I still have a bunch of buildings left for this, and I have a very good reason for that. And I'm gonna show this on cam, because it is a super smart thing to do. Like, I've placed this here because later, when we've researched it, the ammunition uses, so I want to have that, like, I have that prepped for now. And I also want to show you that, first of all, you can pull multiple sorters off of a building to make them even faster, like, logistically speaking. And you can pull directly from one building into another if they have the sorter slots. So that might also help avoid belts when they are not necessary. However, in this case, they are. So what do I want to do? I want this here to also have another line. I'm pulling you can see when like it doesn't work when I pull it a little bit further, it automatically creates this little like bend over. Perfect, yes. Don't you just love the bend over? Side. There we go. I pull these out. What is the purpose of these? I want to build these. I want to make conveyor belts. I'm gonna place this down because I need 2 things. I need to make these gears. So, and it needs power, so I'm gonna place this here so I have an area of power here to work with. But I also need another assembler next to this. See right there. And why is that? Because now we're gonna be smooth. And here's how we are smart. Set this, because what does this need? It needs iron ingots and it needs stuff. So I'm going to make a sorter, pull in iron ingots, and it starts crafting the gears that we need, right? But I also need those gear over here, and like I said before, sorter can go from building to building. This time it's too far. No problems. We go like this. Boom. Let's see if we can move this closer. Oh, it collides. Nope. Then that's not what we do. Let's go and place you. Ooh, let's place you here. And then I take the other assembler and I get you a little bit closer here. Pull the sorter directly over. Tell you build belts. And it won't be able to because it lacks the iron ingots. But if I do this, pull a sorter in there, and we're getting both of them off of one belt. There we go, crafting, and then I will just take a storage box here. I will close this down. I don't need that many. Say 5 slots. Each slot is 300. Means I have 1500 belts. And I will just this. Perfect, right? There's also one different thing that I could do here. Like I don't need that many of these, right? This is pretty much right now only used to make the belts. So I'm not gonna bother anything with that. But what's a different thing that we should be having extra of before we continue? We need to place another assembler. I'll show you exactly what it is I'm talking about. We need these. And they use the circuit boards and iron ingots. These two. So I'm gonna take assembler. Thank you. Let's you demonstration assembler. There we go. And I will set this to make sorters. And I will take belts. There. Take a belt there. And a storage box. There we go. Easy peasy lemon. I will actually do this, and I will show you a little different thing here. Because belts can be very close to each other without connection. I don't have to do this, I could be putting it directly between them, but I want to show you guys this. So if I don't connect it here, if I choose this as a starting position, boom, like this, they are two different belts. Right, you see, they're not rolling along here. So what I can do, pull this out here, pull in there, also set this, same thing there, I'm gonna set that to 4, and I think these stack up to 200. I have 800 of those stocked up. So what is the big deal here? What is the finishing part of this that we want to do? Well, let's pull out 200 of you, and let's pull out 200 of you. Go in here and research this. This is really, really good to have done in the get-go. So I'm going to make some glass. Make glass. I'm going to make some stone bricks here because we haven't automated this yet. You can very easily just the same kind of setup, miner into smelters to make the glass and to make that over here, right? Because this, it's the same thing, right? If I open this and I look, you can see that made in smelting facility, which is the arc smelter. It's these. So I only need smelters to make both glass and stone bricks. But having the glass means I can now craft for these. I just need iron ingots. Give me an iron ingot. Thank you. There we go. Because I already get one. Like I get one of these. I need another one. I'm gonna show you why. There. Let's see. Yeah, you can see this uses like a little bit of like everything. 4 different things. There's like quite a complex building to build in terms of like compared to what we have otherwise here. So, why am I pulling out all of this stuff? So, belts first. Okay, I'm gonna grab some of these. Shift click easily pulls it out. I'm gonna go over here. You don't need to be very close. I'm gonna pull that. Like I can open all of this stuff from a distance. And then we go. I have 2 matrix labs. So I will take. Don't need replicator. I need you. So I'm gonna take first. I want this one, and then I want a second one next to that. Perfect. Let's go with a belt. Hold down here. Now what do I need to do for settings here? Settings, I can kind of select mode. I want this to produce these. So I click this here, and I get a recipe. And I want this to do the research. So I click this, set it to research mode. So it will be using blue research to do the research for me. Like if I stack up, for example, this that needs 20, it will automatically pull from here and fix that stuff. Okay, so what do I need to make this function? I need to pull in circuit boards. Number 1. I'm gonna be a little bit like over the top here in terms of visuals. I need these magnetic rings, magnetic coils. And why did I pull a belt? Why did I not pull in between the two? Because I want a buffer. Like this. There we go. So if I have no active research going on, I'm gonna go like a little bit overboard here. Ooh. If I have no active research, I am just saving it up, and I'm pulling 2 out because I want it to be more effective at giving this more to research with than I want to be in storing it. So you can see 3 goes in, 3 goes out. There's 1 going in and 2 going out. Meaning that this isn't the primary thing. This will only be in use when this isn't. Because it can only stack 10 in the machine, and then it stops, and then it starts stacking in here instead. So that's what I'm gonna do. And let's go take you. I'm gonna pull 2 of you in here. And I would like that here as well. So let's see if I can change this up a little bit. Bell. See if I go down. There we go. And have 2 going in. Let's have 3. So I need 1 belt over here. Nice. There we go. 3 going in, 3 going out. It's producing. And as you can see now, they go in, they go out, and then they go in here. They stack up. And when they hit 10, I'm not starting any research because I want to show you how I was thinking here. Goes in, goes out, goes in. Very simple. Very simple. There. Now it's full. So now it just stacks them up over here. Once the belt has filled up all the way back here, it will stop sending them out from the container and start stocking them up for me. So that if I am doing other stuff, like I'm fighting the dark fog, or I am setting up something like in a complex way with the machines or whatever it is, and I forget to have research active, it still just saves them for me here, which is perfect, right? So now I can go in, I can click this, and I can click activate. You can see even if I'm click it, don't use the like stuff in my inventory, it will just keep using this. And you can see that we're not really like that power efficient. Once it's doing research, it doesn't really help. So what we will be doing is place down a few more of these. Now, this is our starter base pretty much complete. Minus defensive capabilities, but that will be the final thing we do here. Once that is researched, we will just I will just set up that we make so that we make the ammunition, and then we will be done. So, but while we're waiting for that, I wanted to talk to you guys about this channel because I want to grow a community. I want to have some fun with people, and I am very curious about what you guys find fun, and I want to know what you guys want to learn. What do you want me to focus on with this series? Like, is it the how do you pull like around a bunch of belts without messing around and making it like look like a mess? How do you plan for blueprints? How do like I want to know what you guys want to learn. So if you want to leave that in comments, I would be so happy to see that. I would love even more if you also joined Discord and we could have discussions and stuff about it. I would also be happy to share blueprints and stuff like that once we get to that point, and really get to the nitty-gritty of what makes Dyson Sphere such an amazing game, because I love this game. I have hundreds of hours in this game, and I plan on having a lot more. Right. And we are almost done. There we go. It's done. Very simple. We got one of these turrets now. Yeah. No, we got ammo. Okay. We did not get the turret, but we did get the ammo. So we need to make, like, that's the big thing, right? So that's the final part of this factory. Then it is done. Here it is. Like, we already make all of this stuff, so we can just pull that out and craft these however much we want. It is this thing that we need to store up. There we go. And it pulls them in. Once it has enough, it starts going. Ta-da. Save that here. We don't need that much of it because we will be switching over to different ammo. And thank you for today. I really hope you liked this episode, and my first attempt at a series in Dyson Sphere. It's my first video on this channel in a long time, and I really hope that I have done something that you like. So I will see you later, and see you in the next video.